Hello, everyone. Welcome to Clarity 16.2.2 Supportability and Feature Training. My name is Dave Sprague. In this section, we will review updates to Clarity's out-of-the-box OKR management capabilities, or objectives and key results. So what's new? As I mentioned, Clarity's out-of-the-box OKR capabilities are being extended. We'll be talking about 4 new capabilities today. First, the objective canvas or dashboarding capabilities has been updated to support using associated investments as a target object. To enable this, the Canvas module within the objective blueprint includes an additional configuration option to enable investments as an available object. When enabled, investments can serve as a target object for building out number tile, progress ring, pie chart, bar chart, and table widgets in an objective canvas. Secondly, we're improving the user experience as to how the column panel, including filters, widgets, and the detailed flyout, displays the investment groupings and the related attributes associated with the objective investments module. And that module was delivered in the last release, 16.2.1. So in this release, the behavior is changing so that when a user opens the column panel or filtering widgets or flyout, the available investment type attribute groupings are based on the objective blueprint investment module configuration selections. So in the last release, the available investment type groupings were based on only those investment types that were included in that objective modules grid. Thirdly, we're introducing the ability to display the listing of all investments associated with an objective hierarchy using that new investments module. So we're taking the investment module that was last release available at the objective level, and now we're exposing it at the objective hierarchy level. Last but not least, the last feature is introducing the ability to configure widgets on the objective hierarchy canvas using information from the investment object. In other words, investments will now serve as a target object for number tile, progress ring, pie chart, bar chart, and table widgets on the objective hierarchy canvas. So we're improving both the objective canvas and the objective hierarchy canvas to leverage investments as a target object. Okay, let's get ready to jump into the demonstration. So we'll be working in 2 areas. The first one will be the objective workspace. We'll take a look at the objective blueprint, and we'll learn about the canvas and using the investments as an available object. We'll actually configure the objective canvas as well. And then we'll look at the behavior change between the column panel behavior, filtering behavior, if you will, between 16.2.1 and the current and this release 16.2.2, and how the objective blueprint investment selections play through. Then we'll jump into the hierarchy workspace, and we'll kind of go through the similar where we'll look at configuring the investments module there at the hierarchy level. We'll use it. We'll get into the objective hierarchy canvas, and we'll leverage that as well. All right, so let's get on with the demo. Excuse me. All right, so we're going to start out here at the in 16.2.2 at the objectives workspace here. You can see we have the objective listings in view. I'm using the nested grid so I can see my key results associated with each objective. I've got my widgets in view that are kind of summarizing some of the metrics associated with these. All right, so we're going to first talk about the ability to configure widgets on the objective canvas using information from the investments object. As I mentioned, in other words, the investments will now serve as a target object for number tile, progress ring, pie chart, bar chart, and table widgets on this canvas. Basically, what it's going to provide is a summarized view for users of the investments in place to assure that objective is fulfilled. Department heads or leaderships will have an immediate visibility of the actual work underway to support an objective. So let's get started. I'm going to select this first objective here, and I'm going to go to the investments module just kind of as a refresher. This was delivered in the last release. You can see there's some projects and a product are associated with this objective. Again, this module was delivered in the last release. So I'm going to click on dashboard. We've updated the dashboard now to include allow to bring in here summarized information associated with investments. So that is new for this release. You can see some general information about the dashboard is configured to show information about the objectives, the description, and you'll notice here there's a table widget that is named associated investments, which is summarizing the investments in place to ensure that this objective is met or fulfilled. So let's, and the foundation for selecting the investments as a target object is begins with the objective blueprint. So let's go take a look at the blueprint updates that have also occurred for this release. I'll go into administration, I'll go into blueprints, and I'll open the objective blueprint. Here's my default blueprint for my demonstration system. I'll go into edit mode, and I'll click on modules, and you'll see dashboard. If I select the tile, of course I can name it whatever I want. The investments option here is net new. Before, when building a dashboard or a canvas, if you will, I could use information from key results, which is a out-of-the-box sub-object for objectives, and lessons learned is an example of a custom sub-object associated with the objective. But now we can choose investments as another, associated object. So that's enabled. And since I'm not making any changes, I'll just go ahead and hit exit to come back out. And we'll go back to the objective canvas. We'll get back into this specific objective. We'll go to the dashboard that was configured via blueprint. And you can, and we'll kind of revisit here this associated investment table widget. I'll go into configure mode for the canvas itself. If I go configure for the table widget, you'll see the target object is in fact investments. I've already kind of pre-built this grid for demonstration purposes. I'll go ahead and collapse the column panel here, and you can see straight away that there's a number of investment type groupings available at my disposal here. And these, in fact, match the investments that were set at the blueprint for the objective investments module itself. So what I'm going to do is I'll just kind of hit done to close out. Let's drop another widget in here just to show the construction of it. And we'll input investment owner as a name. And this is where the new capability comes in. Prior, it was, the selections available based on the blueprint were key results, and in this example, lessons learned. So now investments that was enabled on the blueprint is now available. And it's going to default to some basic information here. I'll go ahead and bring over the manager field because I just wanted to kind of take a look at who are the owners of these investments, right? I'll grab the investment manager. I can grab start. I'll grab the investment start information, finish information. Sorry, typing here. I'll kind of close that out. Just kind of make this look good. Auto size all columns. And so this is kind of the information I wanted to include in this new table widget, and I'll hit create, and I'll go ahead and drag it so it takes up an appropriate amount of space here on the canvas itself. I can go ahead and select, I'm happy with what I'm looking at. I'm done configuring. I have my key results, all this other information that's already been configured on the canvas here. I'm just adding yet another table widget here for owner above the other associated investments widget, and I'll just hit done. Um, and I'll go ahead and kind of, I will save my view. I've updated the view now. Now, what I can do from here, of course, is I can hit PDF, export to PDF, but for demonstration purposes, I've got something already downloaded that shows this in working order. So here's my PDF that I can now pass around and share with my team members and/or my leadership that provides that summarized view of investments that are in place to support this objective, and essentially the work that's in place, kind of where it's at, and another bit of information about who are all the investment managers. So that concludes the demo of selecting investments as a target object on the objective canvas. So let's move on to the next capability that's related to a change in behavior on how the column panel kind of behaves, and the filtering and widgets behave in the context of the investment module for an objective. I'm actually starting here in 16.2.1 to show off how we're improving the experience over the prior release. So let's first take a look at again, we'll go to the blueprint. We'll go to the objective blueprint, and I want to show off here. I'll go into edit mode. I'll show off modules. We'll go to the investments module, right? And I'll scroll through the list. This is basically the administrator determining, well, what investment types are best suited to be associated with objectives. In this example, we've enabled all of them for demonstration purposes. So again, since I haven't made any changes, I'll go ahead and exit out. Now remember, we're in 16.2.1. I'll go back to the objectives area, my selected investment, and I'll go to the investments module. Now I've added the kind of the investment type column here to just kind of explain that, hey, looks like there's some projects in here and a product, right, or products. I'll go ahead and open the column panel, and I'll collapse this, and you can see the groupings are at this point limited to only those investment types that are in the grid, right? So if I were to I'm in my investments module again. I'll take away products. I'll just remove that. And I'll open up the column panel. And now I don't see product here, right? So again, this is just showing only those groupings in addition to the common investment ones that are associated with the grid. So project at this point is the only type that is now in the grid. All right. So, I can open up the filter component as well, just to expose. I have my common investment grouping. I have, then I'm scrolling through on purpose to just get to, I had the product was there, right? That is also kind of a little bit confusing. And then I should have I scrolled too fast, right past the project grouping as well, right there. So there's a little bit of a nuance there with the 16.2.1 behavior, where it could be a little confusing to, well, what types am I really supposed to be choosing from? So let's go back to 16.2.2. So we're changing the behavior where I'll go back to my grouping, my selected objective, the investments module. And you can see here I have, again, projects, and product. I'll go ahead and open that column panel. I'll close the widgets here to get some more real estate. Now you can see, regardless of the investment types that are in this grid, we're just going to go ahead and present the user with all of the investment types that have been configured at the blueprint. Remember, over on the blueprint is where, and the investment module itself, you select which investment types are appropriate. So that this list is mirroring what was configured. So I'll go ahead and add a couple attributes here for workstream funding, work streams, just as an example. And notice that these are blank at the moment. Well, it's because there are no investment types of work stream here. So I'm going to go ahead, and you can see now I can select my different investments I want to bring in. I'll just grab these first two. I'll add them to the list. And you can see now that the work stream data is populated. I'm getting my investment type here, and I'm getting various data associated with those new investment types that I brought in. If I go into the filter groupings itself, just to show, we have business capability, clients, features, are the things that are in dark that are grouping the ideas, etc. You get the point. It's showing again all the available investment types, regardless of what is actually in this grid. So I just wanted to show off the behavior there, the difference between how the filtering and the investment, the filtering, the column panel, etc., kind of reflect now those decisions that were made at the blueprint level. All right, so that concludes the demo for the column panel elements, including filters, widgets, and the details panel, displaying the investment groupings. And again, it's based on the blueprint configuration. Okay, so let's switch gears and we'll kind of jump into OKR capabilities associated with the objective hierarchy. So let's go to the hierarchy workspace, and I will select here, I'll look at the OKR, or the objective hierarchy itself. And I'll go to my grid view, and here we have the investments module, right? That is new. So providing this capability helps users capture which investments are in place to ensure a collection of attributes are fulfilled. So these are all of the objectives. I'm back over on the objectives module that are resident in this hierarchy. And the investments module will show then all the investments that are associated with each one of those objectives in a single view. And I can go ahead and select my group by mode here, my view. And so I've grouped it by objective, right? By objective name, and just expand that out. I can start to see the individual investments that are, again, associated with each objective. Department heads or leadership now have that immediate visibility and access to, I can drill down to the actual work underway to support the objectives in this hierarchy. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing I have to do is I do have to configure this module at the blueprint level. So let's go back to administration, blueprints, and I'll go into the hierarchy grouping this time, and there's my objective hierarchy. Go to my modules, and you can see the investment area is already been chosen and positioned. There's no configuration options here. So since I haven't made any changes here, I'll just kind of go back out, and we'll go to the hierarchy, back to the hierarchy. And now we've got our objectives, And I'll go ahead and select that investments module again. And so here are all, I'll get rid of the grouping. Here are all the investments that are in here. There's roughly 14 investments that are, so I'll close out the widgets. 14. So these represent the actual work underway to support this collection of objectives and make sure they're fulfilled. This new investment module provides view-only access to a configurable grid with, group by, export to see, and the widgets and filters as you would expect. Since I'm in the investment area, the investment attributes are editable from here. I can go ahead and just kind of make this, I can update various information if I have it at this level as well. Now the objective related information will be read-only. If I kind of open up the panel as well, I can open up the details panel for that selected item, and these are all going to be read-only. The column panel, I'll just show that again. This is showing all of the investment types. Since I'm in the investments module, this shows all the investment types that are associated with these objectives. Of course, I'm going to get my hierarchical information, right? I'm getting my common investment information. I'm getting my objective information. Then I'm getting project features, products, programs, work streams, which are those investments that are associated with this hierarchy. So if another investment type is added to any one of the objectives that are associated with this hierarchy, this grouping will update itself. You don't do it from here, right? This is just basically showing you the results of all the relationships that have occurred at the objective level, all the investment relationships. So this is much like the investments module at the objective level. Now we've kind of uplifted this. We're at the hierarchy level, and we're showing all the investments associated with all of the objectives. And, I've got some great tooling here. I'll go back to my view. And so I can bring in my widgets, and I can show that, group by, and see all the work that's associated with this objective. So that concludes the demo of the objective hierarchy investments module, which helps users understand which investments are in place to ensure a collection of objectives are fulfilled. Let's move on to the fourth and final feature that is related to the hierarchy as well, but it's related to our dashboard or our Canvas capabilities. This is where now in the dashboard, when you're configuring, I can use in the investments as a target object for the number tile, progress ring, pie chart, bar chart, and table widgets on this objective canvas. So you can see here in my objectives, I've got a number of objectives. We kind of looked at that. I've got a number of different investment types. I get rid of the grouping. I've got a number of different investments associated with that. And now I can construct a dashboard or canvas that helps summarize that. So I have got I've put in place here the associated investments, just like we had at the objective level. Now I have it at the hierarchy level. I can bring in and show summarized information of all the associated investments in this dashboard or canvas. If I can go ahead, I'll go and hit configure here. This behaves exactly like it did when we were at the objective level. So I have here my associated investments I pre-built. If I go into configure mode, you can see I've got investments as the target object. And again, all of the available investment information here is based on all the types of investments that are associated with the objectives in this hierarchy. So I can bring in any bits and pieces of information to construct a relevant summary for my audience. Also, I brought in, very similar to what we were showing at the objective level, Canvas is the investment owner, and I can bring it, so I brought in that. So here's all the investments, here's the various owners and start dates for these various investments. So just showing how this behaves, kind of coming in, this is where the investments object is now available. How did I do that? So that all starts again at the blueprint level. If I go to the blueprint for the hierarchy, and I'll get into my objective hierarchy, go into modules, and I have my dashboard, or whatever I want to name it, right? My canvas. Investments are now another selection that can be chosen as a target object when building out the the various widgets, pie chart, table widgets, etc. All right, so I'll go back to the hierarchy. I'll go back to my OKR management hierarchy and look at our dashboard. And now what I can do, of course, here is my export to PDF. So in the interest of time, I've also gone ahead and produced this in PDF format. You can see the name, the description, the investment owner, the various associated investments in group by mode on purpose, and just exposing one of the objectives. And of course, I have all information related to my objectives in terms of confidence level, um, various other widgets related to key results, and of course, a listing of all the key results that are, at least a snapshot of key results that are associated with this hierarchy. So that concludes the demo of selecting investments as a target object at the objective hierarchy canvas. And then that concludes the demo for each of the OKR management updates for Clarity 16.2.2. So thank you very much for your time.